What's up, investors? This is Devin Moreno. I'm an investor in Baltimore City, and I'm showing you one of my latest rooming houses that I just bought. I bought this house for $220,000. It's going to be about $450,000 when it's all fixed up, and most of the things I'm going to do to this is largely cosmetic, except for a few bathrooms. So maybe a $50,000 to $70,000 renovation, kind of depending on what I do. But I'm going to go first take with you through this property. I literally just purchased it. I've only been through this property one time. I actually bought the property without really seeing it, and I ended up kind of getting some a WhatsApp video, I guess you could say, through a walkthrough of it. And then we closed on it. Now here I'm in here. The seller ended up leaving all of their stuff in here. That's actually how I ended up getting the deal. Unusually enough, I convinced the seller to sell it to me because I told him I would take all of his stuff out of here, which I'm pretty sure any investor would have done, but I'm the only one who actually said it. So they were extremely excited about that. So don't forget to tell these sellers you'll take the stuff out. It's obvious to us, but to them, it probably is a little bit of a weird thing. So I'm going to go through this house, what exactly I intend to do to turn this into a cash flowing machine, even at a $400,000 to $450,000 ARV. As many of you know, I specialize in rooming houses where I rent by the room, and I get to cash flow like $1,000 a month, and that's after maintenance allocations, after vacancy allocations. So that's like absolute net revenue, right? Net profit. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm thinking about to get it there, and then also how I still maintain this as a flip, okay? So you don't want to just buy these type of houses with the intent just to turn it into a rooming house. You also have to think about that exit strategy of, what if I need to sell the house for a profit? I'm going to show you exactly how I intend to do that as well. So I'm going to go through all of this, and basically in here, you're seeing kind of the overall living room sort of area, and actually I'm going to go ahead and flip this camera around now. And we're going to walk through this kind of living room area. Now I'm going to show you my plan before, well, right after I show you kind of the layout here. So you're seeing there's another like sort of side living room in this house. This is actually two houses put together. It seems like the house was actually kind of divided here. You'll see that where I was standing, there's an entrance there, and then there's another entrance over here. So what I intend to do is eventually turn this entire space, one over here, maybe wall it off and get a bedroom in there. There's actually, you can't see it, but actually there's a window there that just got blocked up. So we intend to turn this into a bedroom, put a bathroom, half bath at minimum, but we're considering a full bath, and then leave this as an open living room. We could get a second bedroom here by blocking that doorway off, making this doorway the primary entrance of the house, and then sort of subdividing this, but then it might look weird for the end sale. So if I want to do that, the way I'm going to probably get away with it is to put down the flooring first. Let's say I don't want this flooring. For some reason, it's actually pretty good flooring, but let's say I want to go over top it with a new vinyl. Then I go over top of it first and then put the 2x4s over top of that and then create a new wall. So that way it's easily removed upon an end sale or for an appraiser. So going into this area, we have the kitchen and dining room. So this kitchen is going to be a little small for a $450,000 ARV. What we're kind of pushing forward, 400 on the low end. So what we're going to end up doing is actually extending this out. And we're actually going to turn this dining room here, end up kind of moving it out there in a way. And I'll show in later videos, once it's all fully renovated, how we do that. Now for the rooming house, I'm actually going to keep this table. And in fact, I might keep a couple of these different things. Obviously, we're keeping the kitchen. We're not doing anything with that. But I'm going to do base cabinets along there. And I'm thinking like shelving right here. So when you first come into this kitchen, you're like, wow, that is a huge kitchen. You have literally like two sides of the kitchen. We're going to see for a functional perspective if that really makes sense. Because obviously like your work triangle is like all in that spot. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to come over there, but we're going to see what we can do to get that wow factor just to, make an end buyer want to buy this at all costs. So obviously the flooring here, we're going to go ahead and keep, and that leads down to the basement area. Now I'm going to go down there. That's where the most work is. But before we go downstairs, that's actually where the jewel is of this house, is the basement. I'll get into why. Let's go upstairs first though. So going upstairs, we have all of the bedrooms of the house that exist now. Okay, so first we get to this like landing, we'll get rid of this door, and then here we're in this sort of useless space. And it goes to bedroom 1, 2, 3, and there's like a bathroom over there as well. We're going to show you what we intend to do with this. But this landing ends up becoming fairly useless. For the rooming house tenants, we might end up making it a little study, just decorating this a little bit, I guess to make it comfortable. But it's really hard to make this useful for the actual house itself, mainly because that's brick, that's brick, that's brick. It's just brick everywhere. That's the problem with these old homes, is it's really hard to get them to a shape that you want. So we're going to go ahead and keep the existing layout. And here we have a bedroom, already with its own closet, so we're perfect on that. So we're just going to reshape that, put it back to normal. Here is an interesting one. We go past here, where there's brick here, but this wall is actually drywall, and thank God, because this is like a kitchen. So as mentioned earlier, this was 2 houses that were put together, and you can see where some of the sub panel is. And once we go in the basement, you'll see where both the meters and such. There's 2 houses, so this kitchen is kind of turned into still this like makeshift kitchen, and then you have this small bedroom. So what I'm thinking is we actually tear out this. We know it's drywall because we got this closet here. So we tear out all of this, and then it basically make a bathroom over there. And that way, this is the primary bedroom with its own bathroom. And for rooming house purposes, this raises my ARV for just the value of the end sale. But for rooming house purposes, this allows it where now only 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms is sharing 1 bathroom versus 3. I try to avoid 3 if I can, mainly because of conflict. And so having 1 also have a bathroom, sure, it raises the ARV, but and that's the most important part. Don't add bathrooms just to raise rent, but it has the side effect of also raising the rent for that room. So let's go ahead in through here, and I'll show you. Here we got another bedroom, pretty straightforward, clear it out, easy to go. And here we're gonna just gut this thing, wipe it out, put a shower at the end of it, and then put the toilet and the vanity on the side here. And then we have kind of a narrow bathroom, but it will be perfect for a family and also for these rooming house tenants. So now I'm gonna bring you toward the basement, and that's where we find a lot of the gem of this house. See, this house is like, I don't know, 1,900 square feet, I think is advertised, as is. And maybe it's slightly smaller, but you can see 3 bedroom with a lot of empty space. Now, it has this basement. It's an unfinished basement. We're gonna finish it. And so before that, we're gonna move this washer and dryer, tear out this obviously false bathroom here, throw that all the way in the corner, the washer and dryer, throw that in the corner. This becomes a little laundry area. We wall that in, easy enough. And then we go down to the basement. So in the basement, what I'm looking for is 7-foot high ceilings, and I'm looking for a lot of easy ways to make this sort of a livable space. The one big problem already, the ductwork is really low to my head. Now, that's not the case for the rest of this basement. It's hard to see, but the rest of this basement actually has very tall ceilings. So this really can work out if we want to make a bedroom over there. There actually is a window. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a window there that we can create. It's a little window well. And also we can get another bedroom over here. So I'll flip it around and show you real fast. Ultimately, what I'm looking at here is a house where if I raise up this ductwork, which is fairly easy to do. You can see there's a lot of space. I don't want to add that much space, but if I raise up this ductwork and try to maneuver some of these pipes, you can see these old copper pipes or old piping. Well, actually, that's a wire, but whatever. There's a lot of old piping. We don't have to worry about it because we have PEX pipe throughout the entire house already. So if we just raise everything up, we can finish all of this, create bulkheads as few as possible, and this entire basement will be finished space. This adding another 600 square feet probably to the property. You can see the panel is already upgraded for me, so great, don't have to do anything for that. And then there's multiple meters, great. I want to move this water heater over there, and we'll just reconnect it back to this chimney, and that'll be easy enough. That way, when I walk down the stairs, I have obviously a little bit more clearance here. I can't move, unfortunately, the steel beam. The furnace is pretty new. I don't really have to worry about it. Maybe I have to fix some of this rusting here, but other than that, this is a pretty easy deal. Technically, I can argue egress also with this Bilco door. Now, down here, I'm going to make a little bit of a space for myself, but overall, I'm just going to put 1 tenant down here, and I'm thinking about a bathroom. So this will be kind of like a living area, but I'm going to make sure that that area remains storage. So that'll be closed off with a door, obviously, but it'll be like storage where this, all this crap could have fit in there. So basically, that's how I'm going to add value to this house and get it to that ARV that I'm looking for. Now, the best part about these rooming houses when I actually decided to finish the conversion is not only do I get this strong ARV, I can cash out tons of my money and get a lot of profit without paying taxes on it, because remember, it's a loan, it's not actually income. So I can get all that cash, but even though my loan size is high, with 5 bedrooms in this area, and this is actually in Fed Hill in Baltimore City, so for those of you who know, it's actually a pretty good area. I usually rent all of my rooming houses in Class B, Class A neighborhoods where the tenants are post-grad young professionals who make $60,000+ a year. You know, it's real easy for them to afford, let's say, I'm going to go on a limit, say average of $900 a room. So it can go higher than that. I can choose to make it lower than that. But overall average 900. 900 times 5, if I want to go ahead and apply for registering this as a 5-bedroom rooming house, usually that's the easiest one to get away with because the city's limit is 4. So you can have 4 roommates, but the city has flexed before on 5, and I'm pretty sure they'll do it again for me. And so, and literally all you do is apply. So for everyone wondering how to do that, just go on the Maryland website, the Baltimore website, and they'll do it. And that's it. You can imagine 900 times 5. This should be a high cash flowing house, even if you do the math on 75% of, you know, $430,000, let's say, or $420,000 ARV. So, and keep in mind, I could make it 6. I don't know that Baltimore would pass it on 6. Maybe I could get away with it, but probably not going to do that. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions below about rooming houses. I do manage rooming houses. So if you want a rooming house, but you're afraid of managing it, I actually have lots of videos on that, but I can also assist you with that as well. So contact me in the description below, or my email, it's in the description below, or on my website, and I will assist you with that. And if you just want consulting on how to get really high-end houses like this and then make them cash flow and hold them as long-term flips, you can reach out to me as well. So without further said, thanks for watching.